Did you know that Case and Huff and Schlieder has been servicing customers in the tri-state area for nearly 100 years? As an independent insurance agency, they have the flexibility to find the right value for your business, farm, and personal insurance needs. Case and Huff and Schlieder is a locally owned agency. Their agents and support team are ready to help. Give them a call or find them on Facebook. Case and Huff and Schlieder, proud sponsor of the Muddy River News Business Spotlight. Welcome to the Muddy River News Business Spotlight, brought to you by Case, Huff, and Schlieder Insurance. I'm Bob Goff. My guest today is Brian Stokes with Quincy Recycle. Welcome.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you having me.
Quincy Recycle, more than just Quincy Recycle. You guys are in 5 states now, right?
I think so. Yeah, we have.
Last time you checked?
Last time. We have eight facilities throughout the Midwest. And we have Quincy Farm Products, which is here in Quincy that manufactures animal feed.
That's the old Quincy compressor building?
Yep. We purchased that building a few years ago, and Jared Evans is a partner in that business, and he's just doing fantastic.
And the footprint of what you do, I mean, back when you guys got started, many years ago, and to see the company grow to what it is today, what made you decide to not only say, okay, we're going to expand our boundaries outside of Quincy, but we're also going to try things like Quincy, the food products thing? What led to those decisions?
Well, the one other business unit that I didn't mention yet is Exact Packaging. We acquired Exact Packaging towards the end of last year. So we're learning a new business. They're a co-packer, 3PL company with location in Pontiac and Quincy. Nick and Brian Lansing and his brother built that business, and we acquired that. So we're going to do our best to learn that business as well. But the desire to expand is mostly driven by our people. So we work real hard to hire ambitious, hard-driving folks, and for them to have the opportunities that they want, we need to continue to grow and expand. And it's, when done right, it's kind of the fun part.
How many employees are you up to now corporate-wide?
We're over 300 with some of the permanent-ish temps and the Exact business, so somewhere around 300.
And, again, you have to make these decisions at some level to say, okay, are we going to grow? Are we going to stay the same? What are we going to do? And you talk about, it is all about people when you do that. It is putting the right team together. Muddy River News LLC is its infancy stage, right, but we wouldn't be as far along as we are without all the people, David Adam, Matt Schuckman, et cetera, and our partners and things. So it's so key that it all comes down to people.
That's right. And they want to, our folks want opportunities. They want to grow. They want development. And so this is what allows them to do that. Also, our customers, a good example is Green Bay Packaging. When they asked us to open a facility in Green Bay, and they're really important customers. So without being able to completely justify the move, if it's really important to our customers and our partners, then we're going to try it or do everything we can to make it happen.
Sometimes it's a leap of faith, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
luck and a little luck.
Yeah.
There's no question that plays a role.
Work. I mean, again, it's they always think there's no such thing as luck. It's always just the work, and the luck is the residue of that. But you're right. If you have a mission and you have a focus, it makes things and the right people, it just makes things a lot easier. And I think when you talk about having good people, wanting to keep good people, that's got to be huge right now, because the way we're seeing employment in our market, good people are getting snatched up by good companies all over, and they might be your best friend, your friends or whatever across the board, and they might just say, hey, I got to talk to so-and-so. I think I'm really interested in hiring them, and that makes you got to go, whoa, wait, I don't want to lose them.
Right.
Those conversations have to be tough.
They are, and the only thing we can do is make sure we're treating our folks the right way,
Sure.
that we're not taking a hometown discount, because we have a lot of Quincy folks.
Yeah.
that, for instance, Justin Ruth is
Sure.
Quincy guy that runs our St. Louis facility, and John Danker's a Quincy guy that runs the Alsip, Illinois, South Chicago facility. And so, but we don't try to take the Quincy discount and offer, we pay a fair wage and offer good benefits and hope we're treating people right.
And that's what it's all about. And it's funny, I had a guy who we both know was having one of those conversations with one of his friends, and he said, well, I don't know if we're friends anymore because I just took so-and-so. And it's like, well, they've all got to understand that in this climate, we're sitting here with, although, unemployment is supposedly low, everybody we know is trying to find somebody because they either want to expand or, again, they're just trying to, a lot of times keep their head above water. But in most cases, right now is a really good time for people in our market to go out there and expand, but they just can't find the people.
Right. And it's going to last a while, I think. Yeah. There's no question about that.
And I think when you're out, going to, how often do you leave, Quincy and go check out your other facilities?
I travel 2 or 3 days a week, and non-COVID normal times.
Sure.
So I try to hit all of the facilities a couple of times a year at the very least, and then I do a lot of customer visits and look at expansion opportunities, acquisition opportunities as well.
So, like out in the other markets, when they hear you're coming to town, it's like, geez, the boss is coming to town. Or you probably come in and get the red carpet, right?
No, I don't get the red carpet. I don't want the red carpet. But I don't know that the facilities are as clean every day as they are the day that I come on a scheduled visit. But no red carpet.
How has the recycling industry changed over the last couple of years, even with COVID?
Gosh, there was a lot of uncertainty. There was, at the beginning of COVID, like a whole lot of people, the sky was falling. We couldn't move material, and it looked like it was going to be a really tough time. 2 or 3 months later, everything we had was in demand. Prices skyrocketed because there wasn't enough raw material to go and make linerboard or medium, for instance, to make a box. And so the way consumers buy goods requires more corrugated boxes, and if it's a recycled paper mill, they're made out of the stuff that we have. So demand skyrocketed, and it was much better than we thought. So there's a commodity component to the business that there's no doubt that our performance could be at the highest level of all time, and we make a little bit less in that year, depending on market prices.
And well, I mean, let's face it, Amazon's always going to need boxes, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I mean, I think all of us over COVID learned that, while we always like to go out and shop, Amazon was a lifeline for a lot of people. And like you said, if companies need more boxes, and everybody should want to make boxes and use recycled materials, so that's got to just be great for you guys. And I look at it as, if Quincy Recycle is doing well here, do you just kind of take that same blueprint to the other facilities, or does everyone have their own little quirks and different ways to operate?
That's a great question. We have a bit of a decentralized model. So every territory has a general manager that runs the business. And there are certain guidelines, like be ethical, honest, that kind of thing. But the businesses can be quite a bit different. And Quincy is in a place where we would be able to put a facility, a town the size of ours. We wouldn't be able to put a facility there and be successful. But it's hometown, it's our headquarters, and we've tweaked the Quincy facility with a few activities that none of the other facilities have to continue to make it relevant. In fact, the Quincy location had an amazing year, largely due to plastic and our capability to optically sort plastic in Quincy. Kyle Vimverlo and his team just did an amazing job, and pricing was good in 2021. The year before that, it was near an all-time low, and so we try not to pat ourselves on the back too much when it's going up, and we try to And we learn a lot when pricing's low, and we change the business more. Our business is capable of surviving in all market conditions, which took some time, but we got there. But each of the locations, a couple of general managers have 2 locations, like for instance, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Indianapolis has 1 general manager for the territory. But the supplier base, and to a lesser degree, but the customer base as well, is different. And so I had an important conversation about 10 years into my career with my dad. I was telling him how we were going to run the entire empire from Quincy, and that's where all the brain power was located. And my dad is a man of few words, and he nodded and said, "So you're going to, for instance, you're going to own the Fort Wayne, Indiana market, just you and Jared Evans from your office in Quincy." Wow. And I was so mad. And a couple days later, it sounded more reasonable. And a few days after that, it sounded like he had it right. And a couple weeks later, I made it my idea, and that's what we did.
Thanks, Dad. Dads are always great for that reality check.
It was really critically important advice, and I don't know that I know that we would not be where we are today with that without that conversation.
Well, yeah, because you have to empower those general managers in those other locations to make critical decisions. I mean, granted, you always want to be in the loop and say, okay, hey, we need to do this, or this is what I'm doing it, but still, they've got to be the boots on the ground to know those markets in the communities.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, the must-haves are related to safety and related to being ethical.
Sure.
And there's a lot of latitude beyond that. And they can make the business their own, but with structure and support that we do provide from Quincy, and that model has been very successful.
Why does recycling glass seem to be a pain in the butt?
Well, I'm not an expert on glass recycling, and our business, we serve the manufacturing sector. So we try to go into big manufacturing companies and figure out what their problems are and work like heck to solve them.
Representing nearly 20 A-rated insurance providers, Case & Huff & Schlieder caters to most any type of insurance. Business, farm, home, auto, and health for nearly 100 years. Their team of experienced professionals is second to none in providing coverage for your insurance needs. Case & Huff & Schlieder will find the most cost-effective solution to your business challenges, and with their experienced agents, they know how to navigate the insurance markets. 100 years, an agency built on service, no matter what side of the river you call home. Give them a call today or find them on Facebook. Case & Huff & Schlieder, peace of mind since 1923.